Vroom, 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 vroom. Hey yo guys, what the fuck is up? It's your brother Paul, aka Peter Pan, rocking a hairband. This is actually my girlfriend's hairband. She used it to tie my hair. Trust that you guys are doing amazing. So yeah guys, this is a Q&A. Gonna answer a couple questions. Let's do it. So I'm just here at Stellenbosch. It's a place here in South Africa, Borland College. Brought my brother here for his registration day. So anyways, questions. So we got a question from our broski, Anthony M. So he asked, is South Africa, is it cheaper? Are things cheaper here in South Africa? Because $60 in America isn't that much. So yeah, bro, good question. Yes, bro. In South Africa, things are much more affordable. The prices are much lower. That's what I've heard from friends of mine that have gone to America, or I've heard from people that have been in America, and just from looking at movies. So I'm assuming that some of the movie prices are accurate. So yeah, bro, things are much like if you were to bring $100 to South Africa, it would be worth a bit more over here than it would in America. So yeah, you could do a bit more with it here, but it also depends though. But the reason I made a one of the reasons that I was showing my wallet update on that day was also because that money that I had there was money that I manifested from meditating. So it was money that I got from meditating. So I didn't really do much physical stuff. I meditated, then I got an offer to basically do almost nothing, and then I received that $60, which is basically like it was basically 800 rand, something 800 rand in South African money. So yeah, I got paid for that. Hey, and then afterwards, homie Puznik sent me money also. Thank you, man. Hey, dude, I'm thankful. Again, I made a thank you video. I'm just gonna say it again here. Thank you. So those are two separate times. Those are two different incidents. Blessings. So yeah. So that's about that. Yeah, bro, things are a bit more cheaper here, I guess. Depends on where you buy. Also depends on where you buy, right? But anyways. So the other question is, oh yes, bro. He said, I didn't know that, Anthony M said, I didn't know that you speak another language. Yeah, bro, I do. The language I speak is called Afrikaans. So my first language is English, the language you're speaking now. That's the one I grew up with. And the other one is Afrikaans. I make these facial expressions, sorry. What does that face even mean? So yeah, Afrikaans. So that's the language that my dad kind of grew up with, and he's learned English also. So anyways, from my mother's side is more English, but yeah. So the other thing is, oh yeah, Anthony M asked, he said, I do high reps. You said I do high rep push-ups, lots of high rep push-ups. Can I achieve a physique like yours through doing high rep push-ups? So here we go, bro. Push-ups definitely help. Definitely help. Let me just pause for a sec. Okay, bro. So the thing with your body and push-ups is, when you're doing push-ups, you're working. You can get a good physique, right? But you see, exercise, right, is, let's say, for like, at least for me in my case, right, exercise is like 20% of the equation, right? The other, let's say 60% of it, I think, maybe, yeah, 50% of it is mental. And I'll tell you what I mean when I say mental, because it doesn't just mean attitude. There's other things also, like self-image and stuff like that. Your identity, things like that, like how you choose to change your identity, how you choose to view yourself, your beliefs about the world and how your body works and stuff like that. Your emotions, like there's a bunch of things. And as I went further on my journey with my physique, and with my life, I started learning that all these factors like influence my physique also. So yeah, bro, you see, when it comes to exercise, I'll say, or getting that physique, it's like each body part, like there's different exercises for different body parts. So push-ups will get you your chest and your triceps and probably a little bit of shoulder stuff, wherever the shoulders are involved, and different kinds of stuff. But I would say you can think of it like the exercise that you put in, or the ingredients. Think of it like this, right? The ingredients that you put in, Anthony, are the result that you start to get out. So the different kinds of exercise that you put out, if you start doing things for push-ups or for triceps and stuff, you'll start getting those results. What helps a lot, bro, and you don't have to do this in the beginning, but where you can start to, like, if you can enjoy, like, learn to enjoy the art of building your body and like sculpting it and like increasing your muscle size and stuff. Pardon me. You don't have to do that. You don't have to feel that way in the beginning. In the beginning, it's okay. You can, like, you're pushing through it and stuff. But generally, you'd want to at least at some point come to a place where you like doing it because you like doing it, okay? And that'll probably come when you are receiving rewards from your physique or from your effort. So you start seeing some progress. You start getting excited because you know what you're gonna get, or you get a picture of it, an idea. So I would say things that will help you a lot with getting a physique, like for example with me, like a funny thing is I don't even exercise that much, right? And that would surprise someone, right? There are people who exercise more than me who don't have a physique like me. And it's not because of genetics. It's fucking not because of genetics. There was a time when I exercised a lot and I didn't have the physique that I had. I started exercising a bit less, but I started exercising in a more calibrated way, in a more smarter way, quote unquote, whatever you want to call it. In a way with more understanding. I started living in a way with more understanding. I started eating in a way with more understanding. Then I didn't have to put in so much effort to get the result that I got. So when you start understanding the different factors, and I'll mention them, I'll touch on them, then you will start getting more results in your physique. So just look at it as progress, right? Look at it as progress. All these different small progresses that you make. So acknowledge the small progress that you make and enjoy it. So I will say food, right? So okay, exercise, food, sleep, hormones. What I mean when I say hormones is you balancing your own hormones. So for example, your emotions affect your hormones, right? Your emotions. And you can control your emotions by learning to control your thoughts, by learning to control how you respond to your thoughts. So you change your attitude, so you choose to focus on good things, because your hormones and your cortisol levels and things like that, that affects your testosterone, which affects your muscles, okay, your gains and stuff, a whole bunch of things going on in your body. So when you learn to balance those things, you're gonna get some better results, okay? So one way of doing that is through meditation, and sleep helps as well, okay? So let's go again. Exercise, food, sleep, hormones, and these tie into each other, by the way. What else? Let's say that for now, right? That for now. So understanding things that you can do for exercise, and we can talk about each topic individually. So exercise, you can bro, so many things I'm trying to say at the same time. Exercise, and you learn about exercise, the different kinds, and how to do them more effectively, and what actually makes it better. So for example, with exercise, right, you want to feel a burn in the muscle, right? And you might want to feel a little bit of a stretch, and you might want to get a bit of a pump in the muscle. So those things help with increasing your size. So when you get more of a pump, you can know that, oh, I'm making more gains. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. You can make gains without getting a pump, but when you get a pump, you know it's a good sign that you're on your way to making more gains, okay? When you feel the muscle stretch when you exercise, that's also, you don't want to stretch too much, but when you feel it, that's a good sign. When you feel a bit of burn, that's a good sign. Now again, you don't want to feel too much burn, you don't want to feel too much stretch, you don't want to feel too much pump. You want to take it easier, okay? You want to lean on the taking it easy side. And this is one of the things that I enjoy about fitness now, or the place that I'm at with my fitness, is that I get more results by taking it easy, okay? So than I did when I was like pushing, because of different factors, okay? So you want to be working your triceps, right? The triceps. And your shoulders. So basically, you can look for exercises for triceps. You can Google for that, or I can make a video. If you want, you can ask me, and I'll make a video on how to, like, different push-up, different tricep exercises I do, different shoulder exercises I do. Like, I can show you my workout. Like, I can show you the regimen that I do. If you want, you can just tell me in the comments. Yeah. And then for food, bro, you want to be, I'm not sure how much you know about fitness, Anthony, so maybe you know a lot. Maybe you already know a lot of things, but I don't know. I don't know if you know a lot, or I don't know if you know a little. So I'm just saying what I can say. So you can just ask me a specific, like the specific things that you want to know, and then I'll run through that. Yeah. So yeah, for food and stuff, I have raw eggs and bread, and then I eat my, like I said in the other video, supper and lunch and stuff, which is other food. But yeah, bro, there's so much, bro. And the awesome thing is, bro, the more that you learn and the more that you experiment with yourself, the better your physique gets. It's awesome, bro. It's really cool. The more you learn and the more you understand, like, the better your physique gets. That's the awesome thing. Only thing you want to be careful of is you want to find the right person to teach you. That's the thing. You want to find the right person to teach you. I can teach you what I've learned from many different people, what works for me. And the advice that I'll say to you is that it's way easier than it seems. If someone tells you it has to be hard, it really does not have to be hard, bro. Honestly, it does not have to be hard. And when people say, oh, genetics, honestly, that's just an excuse. What excuses are limiting. So excuses basically take away your own power. The moment you make an excuse for something, you are removing your responsibility from it. But if you give a reason for it, and then you say, okay, but there's something I could have done. Where you take responsibility, you gain power. So, like the dude in Spider-Man said, right? With great power comes great responsibility. Okay. With great responsibility comes greater power. So if you said, okay, look, I could have eaten healthier. Not like, oh, there wasn't healthy food in the fridge, so I had no choice but to eat this food. No, if you say like, oh, you know what, I could have walked to the shop and I could have bought this healthy food. Or I could have not bought this t-shirt that I didn't need, and I could have used that money that I used on a shirt to buy raw eggs, or to buy vegetables, or to buy bread or something. And then you take responsibility that way, and then when that time comes, then you take the action that you should have taken the last time, and then you do better that way by taking responsibility, okay? But when someone looks at someone else's physique and they say genetics, basically they're saying that that's their excuse for not achieving that physique themselves, which they're just shooting themselves in the foot, okay? And then they're accusing the other person of not having earned their physique. Yeah, because look at the lifestyles and the knowledge of those who have a great physique. Then look at the lifestyles and the knowledge of those who say genetics, okay? Because really, what are genetics? Like, I'm going on a bit of a tangent, bro, but genetics are caused, what causes it, right? It's caused by what your ancestors did before you, okay? Now, if we want to point at our ancestors and say, oh, you did this and did this, so therefore my physique is like this, then in that case, we should be living up to our own standards and be living as healthily as we can for our descendants, right? For your kids, because you're going to be you might be someone else's ancestor, right? So you want to give them the best genetics that you can before we expect, you know, oh, they should have done this and they should have done this. Oh, now because of that, I have what genetics. Yeah. So just because it's not easy to put on muscle mass doesn't mean that you'd have bad genetics. You know what I mean? It just means that you don't understand how your body works yet. And when you find the way that's easy for you to put on muscle mass, because I used to be skinny and it used to be not easy for me to put on muscle mass like it is. It's like, you know, honestly, all that I'm going to say is you have power, okay? You have power. You just have to be willing to find it, okay? Willing to look for it, willing to learn. And it's okay if you don't find it immediately. It's okay. Like, don't blame yourself. It's fine. I'm saying so much on this, bro. But it's getting kind of warm in the car now. I'll open the window just now when I'm done recording. But there's so much to learn, bro. There's so much to learn. And if people don't know everything, if they don't know everything, then they shouldn't make excuses. If they haven't read all the books, if they haven't tried everything, then don't make excuses, okay? Then you still have it, okay? There's still power. If you haven't put in the time, if you haven't, you know, spoken, interviewed as many people, if you haven't, like, okay, and here's the other thing, by the way, with mental, I should have mentioned this. The thing that'll help you with mentality is, with self-image, is to surround yourself, or to just have affirmations, right? So I have affirmations that I listen to that say, I'm the greatest bodybuilder, I'm the greatest natural bodybuilder in the world. My physique is aesthetic and symmetrical and attractive. And my triceps are huge, my biceps are huge, like my shoulders are huge, and defined and symmetrical and attractive and all that stuff. So when I'm listening to that. It's something I made. I just like recorded it on my phone, the same phone I'm recording with, and I was like, blah 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 blah, and then I put my earphones in my ears and I'm listening and I train. I do that sometimes. I listen to it sometimes when I train. I used to listen to it a lot more often, and times when I want to really amp up my physique, I listen to it more frequently during those times. So yeah, bro, that helps a lot. It makes a difference. Because you see, once you've got your self-image tuned into it, your subconscious mind, which is a genius, will help you find the ways to get the physique that you want. It will give you inspired action, so you'll be more inspired to take certain action. You'll be more inspired to find out about this and that. Once your self-image is tuned, it'll find a way. It'll fucking find a way for you. It'll help you to find a way, and then you follow those hunches and those hints, and you take it easy, be relaxed, be at ease. That's something I also learned a bit from the book called Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maxwell Maltz, where he talks about how the subconscious works, or the success servo mechanism, and he talks about how your emotions kind of guide you. Abraham Hicks also talks about it. She calls it your emotional guidance system. I was laughing because I was thinking about something. But yeah, those things, they're related, okay? So feel good, be relaxed, be at ease, be thankful, be positive, work on yourself in different aspects as well. But focus on what's interesting to you, what brings you interest and what brings you happiness and joy. And yeah, bro, so that's really a broad answer to your question about if push-ups can help you get the physique that I have. And I'll say it's not just push-ups. Like, push-ups will help you get some, but there's more to it, right? And you obviously don't need to go into all this depth that I went into. There's like a way simpler way. And the simplest way, honestly, from my perspective, a lot of people have different views on what the simplest way is. I'll say the simplest way is, from me, design affirmations for yourself on I'm the best natural bodybuilder or something like that, like what your goal is, and then listen to it and just listen to it while you do things and feel okay about it. Like, just feel relaxed. You don't want to feel pent up, like, oh, this doesn't feel comfortable, or I don't like this, or whatever, or this is not true, blah, blah, blah. No, fuck that. Just be relaxed, be at ease, be cool, be calm, be chilled. Just know that as you listen to the affirmation, it's building in your subconscious, and it's building that muscle, that inner mental muscle, that spiritual muscle. It's building that thing of that self-image of subconsciously of you having that great physique, and do it in a way where it's identity also. So say like, I'm a great natural bodybuilder or something like that, or I'm the best natural bodybuilder, something like that. Like, I'm the great, I like to say for myself, I'm the greatest natural bodybuilder in the world. Anyways, but you hear that over and over, and then you say what you want to have, like, my triceps are huge, my biceps are huge. So yeah, bro, you might be wondering like, yo, why do I put in all of this different effort, like all these different things into my bodybuilding? Now here's the thing. Me doing these things, it makes it so that I don't have to do so much work. It makes it so it's more leverage than it is effort. So it's just understanding a lot and then doing a little. So for example, I still put in effort, but it's minimal. It's like much less than what I used to put in because of what I know. So it's kind of like lifting up a bunch of logs with your hands and only knowing how to lift up logs. So then you lift them up with your hands and it's like heavy and sweaty. As opposed to understanding how a crane works. So if you understand how a crane works, you might, I don't really know how it works, so you might have, let's say, maybe it's simple, but let's do something a little bit more complicated. Well, there's a bunch of buttons. There we go. There's a bunch of buttons and joysticks or whatever. So you learned and you studied, you read a book and you got experience. And so through that, you can now use the crane, and through a few hand movements, you're able to move 5 logs. And then you're done for the day. So then you go out and you go. Whereas the other dude, he might spend the whole day moving 5 logs with his arms. Then he's like, oh, God. But then meanwhile, you have all the free time to do all this other stuff and you don't have to put in so much effort. So the same with this stuff that I'm telling you. It's a lot of different things. But you see, when you understand it and you use it, you don't have to spend so much time exercising, okay? And when you do exercise, you can enjoy it. You can enjoy it. And you'll be doing other things that contribute towards it, but those things are passive. And it's just a lifestyle of living. So, for example, I watch my words. And it's things that they seem disconnected, but they're all interlinked and they're intertwined to your physique and your life and stuff. So I watch my words, I watch my thoughts, I watch what I eat, I watch what I watch, okay? I'm aware of my posture, my body language, these different things, right? What else, bro? How long I sit for, or things like that. Like, and speaking of that, I should take a walk. But these type of things, and then you connect them to your life, and then you do them, and you're enjoying doing them. Like when I take a walk, I know that it's gonna benefit my physique, but I also know that while I'm doing it, I can talk to people and chat with people. You get what I'm saying? You kind of put it into your life, whereas just pushing and then you're working against yourself. You get what I'm saying? Because you're not knowing all of the other or a bunch of factors, and the more factors that you know, or you know how to control, the easier it becomes for you. You get what I'm saying? So it becomes integrated in a way. Yeah, so I just want to add that. So the reason I'm putting all of these lots of different things is so that you can make it easier for yourself. Because yes, you surely can just go into the gym, lift weights, eat a bunch of calories, get your sleep, and then make gains. You can most definitely do that. But you can make more gains for less work by the other things that I mentioned. So you see, like I said, I hardly train. I don't train that often, don't train that much, don't train that consistently. But you've seen my physique, okay? You've seen the physique updates that I've put in. You can see that my physique is improving. And I'm not really trying that much. Yeah, and that training where I trained, it was just for like a little bit more than a week. And yo, you can check out my, hold up. You can check out, I made a video, what is it called? I think your highest confidence or something like that. I called it your highest confidence. So look at my arms there, where I'm talking like this. Hold up, let me put the camera like this. I'm talking like, yeah, hold up. Something like this, and you see my arms moving. Look at that video. Then look at the video that I made where I have my physique update, okay? Those days are either 9 days apart or 12 days apart, but I think it was like 8 days apart. I don't know, apart. But then look at the huge amount of gains. I mean, in my opinion, the huge difference of when I'm flexing and the gains that I have when my arms are moving, as opposed to when I had that video called Your Highest Confidence, okay? So just look at that, and then look at the short amount of time that I made those gains. Now, it was just in that week where I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on this. And again, I didn't train. I trained a lot, but I didn't train all that much. And it was just for that week. You get what I'm saying? So there's a bunch of understanding that went into that. It's not just, oh, my ancestors did this and they hunted deer or whatever the fuck, and now I can do this. No, in the past I wouldn't have been able to do that, but because of the knowledge that I'm sharing with you now, and more than what I'm sharing with you, that contributed to me making those gains in a short period of time. Also, there's a lot of things that I am aware of that I still didn't apply that I could have applied, and there's a lot of things I could have done that I didn't do. It would have helped a lot more, made a lot more gains had I done those things. So yeah, bro, the point of all of these different things is that you can make, by knowing them, you don't have to take so much time. Like, even when I'm listening to my affirmations of, oh, I'm the greatest bodybuilder in the world, of course, I'm still on my way there. In a way, I'm still on my way to getting that size of arms and stuff like that. But by me listening to it, I know that I'm aiming for the moon and I'm reaching the stars. So I'm aiming so high. So it makes it easier for me to get the gains that I want because of that aim. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, had I been training and doing all that stuff more consistently and doing all the things that I know, I could reach that goal much easier. You get what I'm saying? But that thing just helps. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, I just wanted to add that note, and let's continue with the main video. They're defined, they're this, they're aesthetic, and you can update it as you go along, you know. So as you go out throughout your day, you're like, I want to add this to it, I want to add this to it. Then you can write it on a piece of paper what you want to add. The best thing, the advice that I'll give for affirmations, keep each sentence short. So each sentence short. So for me, I'll say, my triceps are huge. Boom, my triceps are huge. 4 words, right? I'm the greatest natural bodybuilder in the world. 8 or 7 words. Just short like that. And then repetition, right? So I'll say each line at least twice, generally, okay? And for the main ideas, I'll say them 4 times. So I'll keep it like that. So repetition, so brevity, or keeping them brief, and repetition. What else? Positive words. Don't talk in negatives, only speak in positives. So don't say, I'm not fat. Don't say that. Don't use the word not. Like, rather just say, or anything like that. Rather just say, I have abs. There you go, okay? I have abs and my body is defined. There we go, okay? As long as you get the picture, okay? And as long as you feel good inside of yourself about it. You feel good. So yeah. What else? So design that and then take some action, the action that you feel okay with taking, that you feel relaxed with, and then trust in that. Trust that that will help you, okay? And listen to it consistently and be relaxed with it, okay? Don't listen to it right before, like, stop listening to it for maybe, let's say, 30 minutes before bed. Stop listening to it at least 30 minutes before bed. And have your mind calm before bed. Have your mind relaxed before bed. And make sure you're in a relaxed state. So prioritize your feeling good inside of yourself. Prioritize relaxation, and then listen to it. A good way is if you lay down, like during the day or something, taking a nap or whatever, you listen to it with earphones on, and then you just sleep during the day or something, and then listening to it, that'll be good for you. That'll help. Those are times where I've seen like some good help. But listening to it throughout the day while you're walking, doing your stuff, that also helps. But the sleep, listening, that helped more for me at some points. or at least laying down relaxed. You know what I mean? Just laying down relaxed. You don't need to sleep, just as long as you're relaxed and feeling good and comfortable. That's the thing. Feeling good, comfortable, relaxed. I'll say. So yeah, bro. That and then some exercise. You see, now that will, when you're listening to that affirmation, it'll lead you to find out about the food. And in a way that you feel good about, that feels natural to you. It doesn't feel pushed or forced. It feels more natural. It feels more inspired. You feel drawn towards it. Okay, that's great. That's when you're drawn towards it. That's perfect. It makes you want to take action from a place of, yes, I want to do this. This is going to be cool. This is great. It makes you feel like that. And that's really great. Okay, you're going to learn a bunch of other stuff. So that's the simplest way. Okay, that can be step one. But yeah, bro. And environmental exposure, being around people who have the results that you want. But now you see, you're going to get choices when you're listening to that affirmation thing. And I recommend you stick to your script that you want. Okay, for example, me, I want to stay natural. I want to be a natural bodybuilder. Okay, different reasons why. But so as I'm listening to my affirmations, I get opportunities to where I can listen to things about steroids and stuff like that. So I move away from those videos about steroids. Okay, even though it might seem a bit interesting, I move away from it just because or something else might seem interesting, but I move away from it and I move towards the thing that I want that seems interesting. So let's see, or it can seem a little bit interesting, but then you move away from it, and then what I mean by that is because there's like the science behind it and stuff like that, but fuck it, move away from it, and then move towards how vegetables can help you or something like that. And you're like, oh, this is interesting, more interesting for me, so let me go here. And you're learning about that. So you're going to start attracting more of that into your world, into your life. And you're going to notice you're buying more vegetables. You start receiving vegetables, things like that. Meats and stuff like that. So things of that nature, bro. It's really from within you, okay? It's really from within you. So stay on the good path, the path that you deem as good from deep within you. Be honest with yourself as you can, try to, but be loving to yourself, and remember that there's nuance and cadence. Take it easy, be relaxed. Everything's good, everything's great, okay? Be open to learning, be open to the chance that you might be, that things are the way that you want them to be. Be open to that things may be the way that you want them to be. Be open to that, because it's likely that things are the way that you want them to be for you, okay? Just like things are the way that I want them to be for me, okay? Trust that this answers your question, bro. This is a very lengthy video. Hope that you got some good information from it. I'm about to open this window. Peace. Have an awesome day, guys. All of you. Trust that you all benefited. Peace.